Hola, chicas. El día de hoy, so today, we're going to begin the campanita with a cultural aspect. We're going to start by talking about Lionel Messi. You heard it. It's not Lionel Messi, it's Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi es de Argentina. Lionel Messi juega para el Barcelona. Lionel Messi es un jugador de fútbol. So write on your bell ringer whatever you could catch from this description. Make sure that one of the sentences says Lionel Messi is a soccer player. Today, we are going to go over the numbers, and we're going to dive deep into the calendar, including the days and the date. So, let's review the numbers. I am going to say some numbers in Spanish, and I would like you to take a piece of paper and write them down. We will check later. 15 7 55 100 1 These are the numbers I just said. 15 7 55 101. Now let's try writing them in words. Let's try. 27 11 8 42 59. Here we go. 27 27 11 8 42 59. All right. Well, now that you have had enough experience with your numbers, let's go over our seasons and our weather. ¿Qué tiempo hace en el otoño? So, ¿qué tiempo hace? Quiere decir, what's the weather like? And then you end your sentence by saying, in the, otoño kind of sounds like autumn. So, yes, that would be fall. ¿Qué tiempo hace en el otoño? Fall. ¿Qué tiempo hace en el verano? So verano is the season that just ended a couple of days ago. So that would be summer. So, ¿qué tiempo hace? What's the weather like en el verano, in the summer? So the next one says, ¿qué tiempo hace en el mes de junio en Argentina? So I recognize Argentina and I recognize junio. So let's start with junio. Junio sounds like June. So that must be the month of June. What weather do we actually associate with June? Well, for us, it's probably summertime because it's really hot, right? But we live in the northern hemisphere. Argentina, it's down here. And so when you think about it, they're in the southern hemisphere. And so when we are in summertime, they're in the winter. What? So junio is going to be the winter, which is invierno. So does that mean that Santa Claus wears a floral bathing suit to deliver presents? Well, I'm not sure, but they sure get creative with him. ¿Qué tiempo hace en Chile en el mes de octubre? Well, Chile is right next to Argentina. And so the only season that we're missing here is primavera. So it must be spring, primavera. So the opposite of October, which for us will be fall, will be primavera. So sounds about right. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about what weather is customary for each one of these seasons. I know that here in Louisiana we don't have customary seasons, but just so that you associate pretty much what goes on with them, right? So, let's talk about Luis. Luis says, "Whew, hace calor, hace calor." So the season that's associated with hace calor, which means it's hot, would be summer. Customarily is summer. So Natalia says, hace sol, as she's squinting her eyes. And then you wonder, oh, so it's very sunny, she means. So it's probably either summer or spring. So it would be verano or primavera. Jorge says llueve. Shh. Llueve means it's raining. So when you're little, they teach you this rhyme, as in this particular month, showers. So what goes in it? April showers, right? April showers. So April will be part of primavera. Then Andrea says, hace frío. So the customary expression of it's cold would be for invierno, which is winter. Diego says, hace viento. Hace viento is a customary expression that we use for that season where the leaves are falling off the tree, as in autumn, which for us would be otoño. Otoño. Mariana says, nieva. Okay? So, customarily, the snow comes down in the winter, en el invierno. So, with this explanation, I have just given you the names of the seasons and the weather that is customary for each one of them. How about you try it yourself without looking? See if you can write back all the different meanings of these phrases without looking back. When you're done, you can go ahead and backtrack your video a little bit and check your answers. continue. This is the calendar. It is a very important aspect in Latin American and Spanish-speaking world. First, let's start with the days of the week. El lunes, el martes, el miércoles, el jueves, el viernes, el sábado, el domingo. As you can see, these are the days of the week, and they have an article right in front of the name of the day of the week. And it's always a masculine article, so it's el. Okay? So that means the days of the week are masculine. That sounds a little bit weird, but what happens is every single noun in Spanish will have either a masculine connotation or a feminine connotation. A lot of people ask me why, and I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason for it. We just have it, and we get used to saying it. So, the days of the week, if you notice, el lunes is Monday, and there they follow. So, from Monday to Friday, all the days of the week have an S. You see it? So whether you're saying them in singular or plural, they carry an S all the time. So how do you know if you're talking about one of them or many of them? Well, if you talk about many of them, instead of using el, you would say los. What does that imply? Well, that would imply that every Thursday you do the same activity. Like every Thursday I have volleyball practice. Okay? So what happens with these on the weekend? Well, if you make them plural, you have to put your plural article, male article, which is los, and then you would put an S onto it. Since in singular form it doesn't have it, you have to add it. Okay? So my question to you is, have you noticed something different in this calendar compared to the calendar that English speakers usually use? Notice this day. The calendar in English begins with Sunday. The calendar in Spanish begins with Monday. That is very important because, as you notice, there are no meanings written right after each one of these days of the week. So this presentation is working on the assumption that if you know that that is Monday, you can figure out the rest. So make sure you remember the calendar in Spanish-speaking countries starts on a Monday. Also notice that the days of the week are not capitalized unless they are the very first word of your sentence, because every first word of every sentence has to be capitalized, right? But if you're putting them inside a sentence or in any conversation and they're not the first word of the sentence, they're not capitalized. Unlike English. In English, you always have to capitalize them. As well, you need to notice that because it is a male word, in singular you would say el, and in plural you would say los. And just follow the rules of how to change the word for singular to plural that I explained priorly. Okay? Ready? Let's continue. So what are the months of the year then? ¿Cuáles son los meses del año? Son enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. So which ones are the months of the year? There you have them.